Urgent alert for USA seniors. Are you a retiree wondering if that promised 2025 rebate check is actually coming your way? Feeling the pinch of rising costs and wondering when or if you'll get some real financial relief? You're not alone, and I hear you loud and clear. I'm Tony from Retirees News and Updates, and today we are diving deep into the massive Rebate Payouts 2025. The who, what, when, and how much of this game-changing proposal that could put money back in your pocket. I've scoured the latest proposals, crunched the numbers, and studied the timelines so you don't have to. And let me tell you, the details are both exciting and frustrating. We're talking about the American Worker Rebate Act of 2025, introduced by Senator Josh Hawley, which could deliver a $600 payment, or maybe even more, to millions of Americans, including seniors like you on Social Security. But here's the catch. When will it hit your bank account? And will it be enough to make a difference? With $350 billion in tariff revenue rolling in every year, the government has the cash to make this happen. But the timing depends on factors nobody is talking about. Stick with me as we break it all down: eligibility, potential amounts, and the most likely window for those checks to arrive. Don't miss this critical update, because you deserve to know exactly what's coming and how to prepare. Let's get started. Massive Rebate Payouts 2025. Find out if you qualify and when your payment arrives. All right, seniors, let's dive right into the nitty-gritty of the massive Rebate Payouts 2025 and what it means for you. I know you're sitting there, probably sipping your coffee, wondering if this rebate check is real, if you qualify, and most importantly, when it's going to show up in your bank account. I'm Tony from Retirees News and Updates, and I've spent hours digging through the proposals, analyzing the numbers, and piecing together the timelines to bring you the clearest picture possible. The American Worker Rebate Act of 2025, introduced by Senator Josh Hawley from Missouri, has got everyone talking, and for good reason. It's a proposal that could put at least $600 in the hands of millions of Americans, including seniors like you on Social Security. But here's the real question: is this going to be a game changer, or just another political promise that fizzles out? Let's break it down together, step by step, so you know exactly what's at stake and how to get ready. First, let's talk about the money. The American Worker Rebate Act is built on a massive revenue stream, $350 billion a year from tariff revenues. That's $29 billion a month, or roughly $1 billion a day. To put that in perspective, the last stimulus check we saw back in March and April 2021 was $1,400, sent out to 85% of the population, and it cost the government, yep, you guessed it, $350 billion. So the money is there. The government could absolutely fund another round of checks, and not just the $600 that's being floated. I'll be honest with you though, $600 feels a bit like a slap in the face when you're struggling to cover groceries, medical bills, or rent. In my opinion, and I know many of you agree, they need to aim higher, $1,000 or more, to make a real difference. $1,000 could cover a month's worth of expenses, help with prescriptions, or give you a little breathing room. But will they go bigger? That's what we're here to figure out. Now, who qualifies for this rebate? This is where it gets a little murky, but I've got you covered with what we know so far. The proposal targets workers, but seniors on Social Security are likely included, based on how previous stimulus payments were handled. If you're living on a fixed income, barely keeping up with inflation, this rebate is designed for people like you. The catch? We don't have exact income limits or eligibility details yet. Historically, stimulus checks have gone to individuals and households below certain income thresholds. Think around $75,000 for individuals or $150,000 for couples, like we saw in 2021. If this follows the same pattern, a huge percentage of seniors will qualify. But there's more. If you're on SSI or SSDI, you've typically been included in these kinds of payments, though sometimes your checks come in a separate way, which can mean a delay. Veterans, you're likely in the mix too, but the VA often processes payments separately, so your timing might differ. And if you've got kids or grandkids you're supporting, there's a chance you could see extra cash per child, like we've seen before, but that's not confirmed yet. Low-income seniors, especially those struggling to make ends meet, are exactly who this proposal aims to help. The problem is, until we get concrete details, we are left piecing together the puzzle. So, when can you expect this money? This is the million-dollar question, and I'm going to be straight with you. Nobody knows the exact date. Anyone claiming they've got a specific day is probably trying to sell you something. But I've studied the timelines, and there are several paths forward that give us a realistic window. Option 1. The current reconciliation bill. As we speak, in Q4 2025, lawmakers are working behind closed doors on a reconciliation bill, a single-party bill that only needs a simple majority in the Senate to pass. They pushed through a multi-trillion-dollar package this summer, and they could slip this rebate into the current bill if they wanted to. It's not guaranteed, but it's possible. Option 2. Early 2026. Lawmakers have already signaled another reconciliation bill in the spring of 2026. That's another opportunity to include the rebate. Option 3. The regular congressional process. They could draft a standalone bill, pass it through the House and Senate with 60 votes, and send it to the president's desk. It's slower, but it's an option. And then there's option 4, the big one, an economic emergency. If the economy tanks, and we've been seeing some shaky economic data lately, with weakening numbers over the past few months, they'll fire up the money printer and pump cash into the system. Every major recession or downturn has triggered stimulus in the past, and if that happens, you can bet checks will roll out fast. So, what's the most likely timeline? Based on political patterns, spring through summer 2025 is the sweet spot. Why? It's close to midterm elections, and politicians love to dangle cash in front of voters to grab attention. But if we hit a major economic downturn, all bets are off, and the money could come sooner. The frustrating part? We're stuck waiting for clarity. I know you need this money now. Bills don't wait for Congress to make up its mind. But here's the good news. This isn't just a rumor. This is a real proposal with real money behind it. The $350 billion in tariff revenue proves they've got the funds to make it happen. My hope, and I'm betting it's yours too, is that they don't settle for $600. That amount feels like they're trying to buy your goodwill on the cheap. A $1,000 check, or even $1,400 like we saw in 2021, would actually move the needle. It could mean keeping the heat on, buying groceries without wincing, or covering that unexpected medical bill. What should you do while we wait? First, make sure your info is up to date with the IRS. If you've moved, changed banks, or had any major life changes, file your 2024 taxes as soon as tax season opens in early 2026. Direct deposit is the fastest way to get your money, so ensure your banking details are correct. Second, stay informed. Subscribe to Retirees News and Updates. Hit that button now, because I'll drop an update the second we get solid info on timing, amounts, or eligibility. Third, watch out for scams. Nobody legit is going to call you asking for your social security number or bank details to process your rebate. If it sounds fishy, it is. Fourth, be patient but proactive. This rebate is coming, but it might take months. In the meantime, check out other resources. My channel has videos on food assistance, utility help, and emergency cash programs you might qualify for right now. Finally, don't lose hope. The system is slow and frustrating, but when the political will is there, things move fast. We've seen trillion-dollar packages pass in weeks when they want them to.